All right, so imagine you're walking through a busy market in Morocco and you need to tell someone to wait, or you want to tell a taxi driver, go. These little commands, they're the secret sauce to having a real conversation. So today, we're going to break down exactly how you can give commands in Moroccan Arabic or Darija so you can speak with way more confidence. Let's jump right in.
Have you ever been in that situation where you just wanted to say something simple like, sit down, or come here? Knowing how to do that, well, it's the difference between just watching things happen and actually being a part of the action. It's for everything, navigating, directing, or even just telling a friend, hey, sit down, let's have some tea. So let's figure out how it's done.
Okay, first up, the positive imperative. This is how you tell someone to do something. Your go, your write, your listen. And you might be thinking, oh boy, grammar. But honestly, the rule in Darija is surprisingly simple.
Now, for all you grammar lovers out there, the fancy word for this is the imperative. But don't let that word scare you. It's not just for yelling orders at people. It's for everyday stuff, like requests and instructions. So for our purposes, anytime you hear imperative, just think commands. Simple as that.
So here it is, the magic formula. And it's just 2 steps. You literally take the verb you'd use for you in the present tense, and then you just chop off the little prefix at the beginning. That's it. What's left over? That's your command. Let's see what that looks like in the real world.
Let's take the verb kataba, which means to write. To tell a guy to write, you just say kutub. See? Super simple. Now, for a woman, you just add a little E sound at the end. Kutubi. And if you're talking to a group of people, you add an O sound. Kutubu. This is the pattern you need to remember. Masculine is the basic form. Feminine adds an E, and plural adds an O. Once you get that, you'll see it everywhere.
Let's try that pattern again with another verb, glis, which means to sit. So for a man, what is it? Glis. For a woman, glissy. And for a group, you guessed it, glisso. It's the exact same logic. By learning this one little pattern, you've just figured out how to use the command form for tons and tons of Moroccan verbs. Pretty cool, right?
But you know how it is with language, right? There are always a few rebels, those verbs that just don't want to follow the rules. But the good news is, one of the most common exceptions in Darija is also one of the most useful, so it's totally worth learning.
Okay, check this out. The verb to go is msha. So you'd think the command would be something like msha. But nope, it's sir. And trust me, you will hear this one everywhere in Morocco. But here's the really cool part. Our gender and plural pattern, it still works. To tell a woman to go, it's siri. And for a group, siro. So see, even the exceptions kind of follow a rule.
Okay, so we've totally mastered do this. Now it's time for the other side of the coin. The equally important, don't do that. Knowing how to tell someone not to do something is, pretty crucial. And thankfully, Darija has another super simple and memorable rule for this.
The absolute best way to remember how to do this is to think of a sandwich. I'm serious, it's the perfect way to picture it. The verb you're using is the good stuff in the middle, the filling, and you're just putting a piece of bread on either side.
And here are your 2 pieces of bread. You're going to put ma at the start of the verb, and you stick she at the very end. The verb gets perfectly tucked right in between. Let's see how our sandwich works with a real example.
Let's go back to our friend kathib, to write. So to tell a man, don't write, you just make that sandwich on kathib, matakulsh. For a woman, you sandwich her version, katibi, and you get mataktubish. And for the plural katebu, exactly, mataktubush. You just wrap whatever form of the verb you need in that ma-she sandwich.
Let's just do one more to really lock this in. Let's use the verb kla, to eat. To tell a man, don't eat is Matakulsh. For a woman, it's Mataklish. And for a group, Mataklosh. See? That ma-sh sandwich rule is incredibly consistent. It just works.
And just like that, you've learned the 2 big, fundamental ways to give commands in Darija. So let's just put them side by side for a quick recap to make sure these rules really stick with you. So here it is, the key takeaway. On the left, if you want to make a positive do command, you just strip the verb down to its root. That's it. Super simple. And on the right, for a negative don't command, you build that awesome mashi sandwich around the verb. 2 different rules, both really easy to remember.
And there you have it. You now officially have the power to say, do this and don't do that in Moroccan Arabic. So I'm going to leave you with a question. What's the first command you think you'll use? Will it be sir to a taxi driver, or maybe Matakulsh to a friend who's trying to steal your food? The choice is all yours. Happy learning!